Hi, in this video, we are going to cover the concepts of kinds of equilibrium. Before going to that, we have seen in what does this term equilibrium refers to in the class. Let us just quickly recall that we said that equilibrium had in many subjects like chemistry, But here in physics, I told it's something called state of balance, I said, right? And that when it is particularly we are looking in terms of mechanics, we say that this equilibrium something has relation with the forces which were acting on the body. And also mentioned that if I say equilibrium, it doesn't mean that there are no forces acting on the body. It doesn't mean that actually. It means that even though the forces are acting, but they are getting balanced. That's what I mean by equilibrium. And we defined equilibrium of a body by looking at this definition. One can say a body or an object is in equilibrium when the number of forces acting on the body, okay, if they are not producing any change, if they didn't produce any change, then the body tends to be in the same state. For example, if the body is in rest, it wants to be in the same state, that is state of rest. If the body is on linear motion, then it continues to be in linear motion. So in this how we can also relate with the equilibrium of a body, or you can look into the definition in this way. Then one has to also explore this mainly, that is kinds of equilibrium. So basically there are many types, but here we are looking only at in general we are going to look in terms of only two types of equilibriums. They are static and as well as the dynamic equilibrium. So if you look in the definition, or if you look at the definition of static equilibrium, actually I missed I here. It is EQUI. Just give me a second, I will correct it. Changed the spelling. So we are speaking about the types, right? Types of equilibrium. So before looking into the definition, what does this mean? This means that suppose you have something, an object, okay? If you have an object which is resting or which is simply laying on a surface, what we say about this? We say that this its weight, whichever is there, it acts downwards, right? Similarly, if we say that the normal reaction force or the supporting force which acts vertically upward, right? One probably has to draw the length of these arrows in equal, okay, but it is fine. So we say that the normal reaction force, and there is no translation motion, it is in rest, because we are going to speak in terms of the static equilibrium, whose the block's weight is, the block's mass is m, and its weight we will write it as mg. So here there are forces which are acting on the block, but what is happening? These two are getting balanced, right? So when a body is trying to be in the same state of rest, even though the forces are acting, we call that body as it is in static equilibrium. There is another word for this static equilibrium, which we call it as stable equilibrium. Okay, so we call it as stable equilibrium. Okay. Now, similarly, this you can take it as an example one for this. There is another example which they mentioned in book, you can refer. But regarding beam balance example, I would like to speak after finishing the principle of moments. Yeah. Now let us look into the dynamic equilibrium. What do you mean by this dynamic equilibrium? So already our body is in translational or rotational movement. Okay. Now, if the forces are acting, the body wants to be in the same state of motion, whether it is translation or rotation. So such body or such state, we call it as dynamic equilibrium. You can give some more examples for this, or you can give examples like if assume that if a raindrop is falling, okay, if a raindrop is falling from the sky, we say that of course it has some, it will be like this, which will be if the raindrop is falling, we take it as its weight, whatever the weight with which it is coming towards the earth's surface, it will be balanced by the buoyant force and as well as the air resistance. You can give this example for this. Okay, I'll just move. The next one, the last one of this video is the condition for equilibrium. So we have seen here two cases: one, the translation motion, right? The other one is rotational motion. So in translation motion, what we say, the forces will act. So I write a condition saying that F suffix I is equals to 0. What do I mean? What do I mean by that? Let me not stick to anything if there are acting n number of forces. For example, take the case of 2. For example, if there are 3 forces in the system, 2, 3 system, 3 forces are acting on the system which you have. So then there is some, okay, the sum of these 3 forces, let me say it as in terms of vector because these are not vector addition. So their sum is 0. Let it be 4, then you can you can extend this idea. What I'm trying to say here is if the system, whatever you have taken, if they are under your consideration, the system, if the forces are acting, their sum will be 0 in terms of translation equilibrium. Or if an object is in translation motion, to attain equilibrium, we can say that if the forces in this way, then we can call it as that object which is in translation motion is in equilibrium. Now similarly, what about the case of rotational equilibrium? Can anyone guess? If you guess it is as torque, then of course you are right. So same thing, instead of, since it is in rotation, we write it as the sum. Okay, the sum of torques should be 0, or in terms of this is one thing we say here, or we know that we have another word, that is we say moment of forces, right? So the moment of force which are acting on the body about the point of the rotation, if it is 0, then we can say that the body which is in rotation motion, it attains equilibrium. Okay, so I will stop here.